D&DU is a podcast about going to college, so some content may only be appropriate for mature audiences. Content warnings can be found in the episode description.
Last time on D&DU, chaos erupts across the city as Jim goes to find his friends. In short, Dad was in a statue, Skiz became some sort of rat king, and Gundrig was drinking the day away. Wait, really? These are your heroes? How the hell did they get out of this one? I guess you'll just have to find out. Now, where's that vial of blue sand I put somewhere around here? Okay, yeah, so you guys are in the village in the north. So if you want to just circumvent the city, you can just walk around, and it's pretty far away. So we'll say it takes both of your actions for everyone to get there, but there's no real consequence since there's no people on the outside trying to track you down. So
That's fine. But right before we get up, I actually put my hand on the table. I'm like, wait. Are we sure we don't want Ariox to just come and meet us at this temple thing?
I'm cool with it. You gotta get it past these two.
Dude, that'd be so awkward that she just rejected. It'd be
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea.
I don't know. I kind of really like watching cringy moments.
It could be a cool lovers thing, but
I don't know. It might make our case to get this diva to help us a little tougher.
I throw my hands in the air and I go, we fight millions of people by ourselves then. It will go fine.
Whoa, not by ourselves. Skiz has an army of rats.
With some big rats.
You remember how long it took for us to kind of run through a bunch of those rats, right? Let's be honest.
Plus, Alvis is coming to help us, and Alvis he's gonna just butcher all of them. So we're fine. We got this.
Oh, okay, yeah, then we're fine. But also, let's backtrack a bit. Rats? Why would rats help us?
Oh yeah, by the way, Gundrig, I got some rat homies, approximately 12 of them.
I thought you said it was 11.
There's 11 rats and one rat bird.
Oh, okay.
Approximately 12 of them.
And for some reason, I just take in stride. I'm like, makes sense for you, Skiz. Good job. You did good.
Sorry. Makes sense to you for you, Rat King Skiz. Now.
And I go, yes, Rat King Skiz. Nice job.
Please do not encourage this, Gundrig.
I'm like, can you get more rats? Can you become more Rat King?
That's an entire possibility, Gundrig. That is an entire possibility. I just got to get some of my rats to make a little loving. That's how you make more rats.
I don't need to know that either. I'm very uncomfortable.
All right, let's go kill Demon. Not Demon. Go to Temple. I don't want to deal with this.
Okay, yeah. So we'll say you guys spend the next pretty much better part of 30 minutes to an hour walking to the Temple of Thunder. It's pretty easy to find. It's a giant white tower and temple pretty much. And as you approach, you see two figures standing in front of the temple. And it's actually Lamelia and Corelio, and they
that's
are
not good.
waiting there in full combat gear.
Can I roll some kind of check to see if they're
Arcana check?
Who all's there?
It's just Lamelia and Corelio. So Lamelia and her vice president, pretty much.
I mean, they were the ones who were attacking us outside the gate last time. So,
yeah. And if you guys are looking at the map, if you go to the Temple of Lathander right next to the Trades Ward, you guys are entering in from the east, the right side.
Okay, so what check can I roll to see if they're possessed?
Arcana.
I will be 18.
18.
Oh,
what's your question?
Outside the city now, aren't we?
Yeah, no, you're outside of the city. So you kind of if you follow the village at the top, you kind of just took country roads all the way down past Undercliff, and then you hung I guess in your perspective would have been a right towards the river gate, and you are on kind of if you're looking at the map, the right side of the Temple of Lathander.
Who
all right,
is
I got 17
longer between Lamelia and Corelio?
Definitely Lamelia.
Wait, but aren't they outside of the city as well?
But that's where we're rolling Arcana.
I think it's not like entirely a hard limit that they can't go outside the city. It's just the people that we saw couldn't.
Yeah, and I mean they were outside the city when we originally met them as well because they were
And also, that
outside
was
the
at the
gate.
North Gate. We don't know if the North Gate is the same at Ozhall. I guess it's
True,
probably
the
similar.
center point of the magic could be different or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
anyway, I'd like to know if
Yeah.
these people are possessed or not.
Yeah,
So
I got a
Yeah.
17. Anthony got an 18.
cool. So with the Arcana check, they are still possessed outside
So
of the
the
city.
Shit.
Does the Arcana check show what kind of? Since they got a high check, does it tell them what kind of spell was used or what level of spell was used to make them possessed?
Yeah, let's just say this is a dominate person spell at the 7th level.
Oh Jesus! One
Damn,
second.
this guy must be strong to control Lemelia. And I look around at the party kind of with like a spiteful look, and I'm like, you guys ready to fight guild leaders without demon?
Hey, okay. Skiz is gonna look over at That. What does Bardic Inspiration do again?
It
Gives
gives
you a
you
D6.
An extra D6. All right, he's
Yeah.
gonna look over at that and he's gonna be like, "Hey, I'm gonna need you to inspire me a little bit on this one." And he's gonna start walking over to Lemelia.
Question: does it stack with guidance?
It does, yeah.
Okay, I'll cast guidance too.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay, and then
Rat King. Leader of the Rat Pack.
okay, and Skiz is gonna walk over to Lemelia
You're
and
praying
he's
to a
gonna
demon,
and
Gudrun.
he's gonna cast Dispel Magic.
I don't. Okay.
Yeah,
And you guys are gonna watch a little paper in his hand burn up.
I think this is a terrible idea. You're gonna die.
Maybe. So what do I?
Maybe.
Let's see. I gotta roll because it's at the DC equals 10 plus the spells level, so I have to get above a 17. I have
17,
to roll
yep.
above a 17 to get it.
Well, we have a +6 and a +4.
Exactly, but I could roll very bad.
That's valid.
And it's a plus a D6 and a D4, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
not
so
a.
both those.
Okay, and then make an ability check using your spell casting ability. So that would be intelligence. So I'm gonna roll intelligence plus a D4 and a D6. 18 already. 18 plus 4, 22. Let's fucking go.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So as you hold up the paper, it burns up in your hand, and
Sorry.
you see. Oh, what's
Totally
up?
was a 27.
Totally is a.
Wait.
Oh my god. Okay.
The 4
How do you even have this spell?
I was doing a lot during the break, boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to talk
so-
about that later.
yeah. So he holds up the magic scroll, and as it burns up in his hands, magic runes come out of it and swirl around Lamelia's head, and they enter in through her ear, like holding her head, like she's in great pain. And you see like purple mist being expunged from her. Basically, where the runes entered, you see purple mist being expunged from those areas of her head as well, and she breathes a great sigh of relief as she stands up again and takes up her lance and shield, and she goes, "Oh my!" She goes, "Thank you, Skiz. I never thought I'd be saying thank you to you, but geez,
Hey, I got
thanks."
you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Wait,
and
what's
she-
Corelio doing? He's
I
standing
was
there
gonna
going,
say,
time.
so that's one of them.
So yeah, Corelio is kind of just standing there, just kind of looking at this. It doesn't look like he's feeling any type of way about it. It looks like he's just letting it happen.
All right, Lemelia, let's regroup a little bit. What do you know about how you were under control?
And as she picks up her lance and shield and turns around to face Corelio, she goes, "Well, I don't remember too much. Pretty much, I was just in my office at the university, and all of a sudden, this great wave of just domination just overcame my body, and I felt like I was trapped in a tiny little cell within my mind, and I couldn't really control my own actions, and I was basically just watching pretty much myself from the inside, and it was honestly really horrible. So yeah, again, thanks for helping out." And as she says that,
Just
you also
take it as you owe me a favor.
and she goes, we'll see about that if we get out of this." And as she says that, you also see a small group of figures exiting the city. They are actively fighting. the townspeople who were trying to grab them and hold
Sounds
them
like it's
down.
Elvis.
Yeah, and I'm not going to make you roll perception for this. If you look closer, it turns out it's Alvis, Fran, Jennabelle, who is the Academium president, and Troy, who is um, uh, the vice president for Ouroboros. So they are fighting their way through the crowd, and they make it out of the city and jog up to you guys. So pretty much, it's all of you guys surrounding Corelio, and
I mean,
yeah.
I'm not really concerned about Corelio. I feel like
Literally every named character we know just made it out. That's
Yeah,
nuts.
pretty much, yeah. So yeah, just for context in the background, I was while you guys were like talking and stuff, I was just rolling for Alvis to see if he could like find people throughout the city, and he rolled very well on his investigation checks.
Hey,
let's
nice.
go,
So
Elvis.
he found
Um,
pretty much everyone I kind of wanted him to find anyways. So
We're pretty close to the tower, right?
yeah, you guys are
I mean,
pretty
I
much
think at this point we just
you guys are pretty much right in front. Corelio is pretty much the only thing stopping you guys from
Alright.
going in.
I think Skids is also gonna whistle to assemble his rats.
Yep, and as you whistle, they come out of random bushes and trees and stuff with their syringes.
trees. These rats can climb trees.
Yeah, these are really handy rats, man. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, and
They come out like jet style, like snapping, like.
oh, dude, that's fantastic.
No.
So yeah, they
It's gonna
yeah,
train
they-
rats to dance.
yeah. So the rat bird comes up snapping, and then the rest of the rats, you know how in like bands and stuff they like have batons are twirling. So that's
Yeah.
what the other rats are doing with their syringes.
Yes. Okay, I like it.
What? He
Okay.
did a lot in those 4 actions.
Yeah.
These are well trained rats. Well, I'm gonna go up to Alvis and I think we should make our way towards the tower now. I guess, right?
Yeah, and then so and Alvis says, "Yeah, really good to see you, Jim. I'm super glad you made it here with everyone. It looks like it's just Corelio that's standing in front of us. And then, yeah, and Alvis turns to Skiz and he says, "Yeah, Skiz, really good work with that dispel magic. That was really cool."
Hey man, I do what I can.
Whoa, he knows Skiz's name now.
And I walk up and I'm like, when did you learn that?
Oh yeah, I got my tricks. There's more to come.
I just go, boo, tell me more.
I think we will have a conversation with Skiz after.
Yeah. Yeah, and as Alvis says that, Corelio kind of stiffens up. So Corelio's as you know, he's very tall. He's probably like 6'7", 6'8". He's a very tall man. And
Very tall man.
as he stiffens and he opens his mouth, a voice that does not sound like Corelio comes from his mouth.
You heroes, why have you come before me to stop me?
Sorry, what was that?
I'm pretty sure you came after us, man. I'm pretty sure you attacked us
No,
first.
no, you are ruining literally everything I wanted to have fun with today, and this is really fucking upsetting.
Well, you're ruining everything I wanted to do today, so you know what?
I look over at everyone else and was like, do any guild leaders know this guy, Alvis? Alvis, any ideas?
And Alvis goes, "Yeah, that definitely, based on the language alone, that definitely sounds like Melodrin. The voice, that's probably just a by effect of the possession, but like he's talking through him. But in any case, I think us guild leaders are more than enough to handle a possessed Corelio here. So don't you worry, we can handle
Hey,
it."
coward, why don't you come and talk to us yourself? All right.
I like that Skiz called him melatonin earlier. I think that's really funny. I think it'd make him really mad. So I think we should just keep calling him that. So I'm going to be like, yeah, melatonin, why don't you come over here and fight us yourself?
No, what the no, my name is Melodrin. My
Yeah, that's
name
what we
is
said,
Melodrin. No, no toning, just Drin, Melodrin.
We could go with like pony if you prefer that, I guess.
No, Melodrin.
All right, Melody. We can fucking argue about this all day.
You are really pissing me off right now.
I'll do something about it.
And the possessed Corelio lowers his spear and charges directly at Skiz, but Lamelia intercepts it, and she goes, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all kind of know what's going on here, so you guys just get into the tower, and we'll handle it here."
Wait, is Can we make sure that Alvis comes with us? I really don't think they need 5 people to fight Corelio. I mean,
Yeah. And then Alvis turns to like the rest of the guild leaders like you guys got this, and they're like, yeah, we got this. So
I hope so.
I'm
yeah.
like, don't we need more guild leaders for this? But whatever. I guess we'll be okay.
Alvis did slay 100 demons.
Yeah, Alvis grabs Fran and the rest of you, and he goes, "Yeah, let's go ahead and go into the temple." So as you guys start approaching the temple and go inside. And as you enter the temple, you see a lot of priests and monks from before, but they are in much more of a frantic rush now. They are tending to like not like sick people, but injured people who have stumbled out of the city and undone the possession on them, and they are trying to like work healing magic and whatnot. And the head priest from before that you guys talked to when delivering the love letter, he sees you all and he goes, "What what are you guys doing here?"
Well, remember how last time we came with important business?
And he
You could
goes,
say we're here for
"Yes."
important business now.
And he goes, "Is this about the vision?"
It's about all those possessed people. Yeah, we need the diva to cast a spell to
And
reverse
he
it.
goes, "Yeah, this seems very much in line of the vision that you told us about, or told me about rather. So this
Yeah.
is of
Definitely real vision, 100%.
yeah." And he goes, "Yes, you foresaw it as accurately as it planned out." And he goes, "Yeah, I'll lead you up to Enduil now." And he unlocks the door to the tower basically, and he says, "Yeah, feel free to go on up."
Yep, it's going up.
And as you guys are going up, you also notice that it is pretty much nighttime now. At the during the day, I guess it is nighttime. So the moon is in full effect, and you reach the top of the tower.
Quick question before we do go up.
Yeah,
This tower, like how like steep and slick are like the walls and everything.
I mean, there's some like ridges in like the stone there, but overall, it's pretty. It's like the Washington Monument, pretty much.
I'm thinking, oh,
Like the outside or the inside?
The outside.
because
The inside has a bunch of is the inside is pretty much one big spiral staircase up to the
Mhm.
top.
okay, I was just wondering if like my rats would be able to climb the outside of the tower.
Aren't they supposed
Probably
to
not.
do then?
Half and half. I don't know.
Oh, I go straight.
Wait, did he bring his rats into the temple?
Absolutely.
There's no way that flies. No shot. Guys.
I yeah, low key forgot about that. So yeah,
No
so yeah,
shot.
as you guys were marching through, the priest goes, the rats have to stay outside.
Nah, they're helpful.
I don't think we need the rest.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
okay.
What
So
if
then,
they surround the bottom of the tower? You know, just
Okay,
for protection.
I reiterate: can they climb the building?
Uh, probably not.
Okay. I'm gonna be like, all right, boys. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna sit here and you're gonna guard the outside. But if anything comes that you can't handle, ain't no shame in running. All right.
And the rat bird looks at you and it goes squawk, squawk, and then it turns around and unsheaths its syringe spears and
Hell yeah, little
gets in
homie.
a is on guard. So yeah, as you guys enter the Enduil's tower, as it is, you all start ascending the tower. At the top, it's the same kind of cage door, pretty much, and Enduil. You can see Enduil in her room, pretty much, pacing around, like flipping through books, and she's actively searching for something.
All right. Well, I guess I'll approach your and Duo. We need your assistance to undo this mind control spell.
Yeah, so she looks up from the book that she's currently skimming through, and she goes, "I figured it was probably you guys." So she opens the door and she guides you all. She guides you all in there, and she goes, "Yeah, from basically what I've seen, so the tower that she's in has a pretty much clear view of the entire city." And she goes, "Yeah, I've been trying to research ways to undo this mind control. I sensed it like right when it happened, but I didn't have the necessary component to channel and to undo the energy. If it was way earlier in the day and I had the component, then I would have been able to reverse it like no problem. But now it's gotten so late, my powers granted to be my Lathander have kind of waned a little bit. Because he's a sun god, and I don't do very well at night."
So I don't know if that can I'll present her with the amulet and be like, uh, this well, not the amulet, the gem. Be like,
Hmm.
this gem contains the mind control energy. Can you use it to reverse the spell?
Yeah, and she goes, "Yes, that'll work perfectly, but as it is right now, if I channel this at this time of day, then I will most likely lose all of my power." And she
That's
yeah,
okay.
and she goes, "Yeah, but I mean, I'm fully prepared for that, but as a precursor to you all," and she looks at you all individually, she goes, "This city's not really going to have a angelic protector anymore."
I look over at Elvis and I'm like, is there any way around that? Like, couldn't we just wait till like day? I mean, they're just walking around. It's not like that bad.
Yeah, Alvis goes, "Yeah, maybe, but there could also be a chance that Melodrin cooks up something while we wait for morning." So honestly, I'd rather do it now. I mean, it sucks. Yeah, we're gonna lose a diva in service of the city, but I'd rather us handle this now.
It doesn't sound like there's really any way around it if you're okay with, you know, doing it and doing it.
I don't say this out loud, but I'm like, this is too convenient in my head. Like, this lines up perfectly with with her being losing her power so she can be with Ariox.
That's
It's all
exactly what I'm
plans.
thinking too. It's
So Anduil, she goes, "Yeah, I mean, I guess I have to. What's got to be done's got to be done." So she starts. She goes, "Does anyone have anything to kind of like slot this gem into? It's gonna be really hard for me to, um, like just channel it raw."
Skiz is going to kind of like look down at his toes and then look up, and then he's gonna take the little rat crown off of his head,
do
and
you have
he's
a
gonna
rat
hand it
crown?
to you. Yeah, he put the rat crown on.
Oh, but I took the rat crown.
No, you took the gem out of it and left it.
No, I took both.
So no, what ended up happening retroactively when you guys initially split from the city is that the crown fell out of Jim's bag
Oh.
and well, it
Okay.
did not necessarily it fell out of your bag. Skiz pickpocketed it from your bag as we were leaving. Um,
Why?
Because I wanted it.
Okay.
so yeah, so Skiz ends up taking off the crown and hands it to Anduil, and she goes, "Yeah, this will do." So
Okay, well, I look at Skiz and I'm like, how the what?
Hey, it's been on my head this whole time, bro. You got to be a little bit more observant. That's all I'm saying.
This was not explained to me.
and so yeah, Anduil takes the crown, she slots a gem in, and she turns to you guys and she goes, "Well, it's up to you guys now to defend the city." And she puts on the crown, and purple energy starts. You can tell it's flowing from the crown into her skin, into her head, and she starts kind of like shaking violently. And she starts. You see like golden light emanating from her body as it goes out across the city. She's in a lot of pain as she's going through this, and you can hear her. She's like mumbling. She goes like, "It's not enough. It's not enough." And as she's groaning and trying to work through this pain, you hear hurried steps come up the stairs behind you all, and through the door you see everyone's favorite moon maiden Sar come through the door.
Sar.
And she's panting, she is sweating, she has white moonfire just emanating from her skin. Because well, roll Arcana if everyone can.
Sure.
If we please.
14.
Oh boy, a
What?
whole 7.
I had a 4.
20,
Cool.
16 plus 4.
Yeah, so Skiz and Gundrik, you both notice. Well, you both know off the top of your head that Sar's magic is lunar sorcery. So she is much stronger in the nighttime, and that's why she has a lot of like white moon fire coming off of her.
That's handy.
And yeah, so she looks at everyone. She goes, "Well, I just fought a lot of fucking possessed people to get here. I went back to the house and no one was there, so I fought my way through the fucking city, and now I find you all here. So
Hi, Sar.
How you getting mad at us right now?
no, I'm not mad at you. I'm just frustrated that I had to knock out a bunch of townspeople. So my bad." And
I'm sure
uh,
they'll be okay.
and she notices Anduil kind of struggling with the crown, and she goes, Well, looks like I gotta help with this. And so Sar goes and puts a hand on Enduil's back, and a mix of white moonfire also starts emanating from the top of the tower. So it's a mix of like white and gold energy just flowing throughout the city. And they both kind of channel a final burst, and they both kind of scream out in pain as a really, really bright light just overtakes the room and blinds you all. Um, and as you,
Skiz
uh,
closes his eyes.
it's
No,
well,
no, no, you didn't get to do that.
yeah, I mean, it's still like like when you close your eyes and you still like get flashes and stuff. It's
Yeah.
like yeah, it's like that. So as you all kind of come to and recover from that, you see that the once really bright room from Enduil's wings and natural angelic glow, it's now completely dark, and you see Sar and a pretty normal looking human girl panting on the floor in front of you, and you notice that the human girl is um, just a depowered Enduil. Her wings have disappeared. They've shredded off. Her golden blonde hair, it's now brown. Her eyes are just a normal blue, and she is out of breath and she looks exhausted.
Can I like check that they're okay?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, what do you guys want to do in this moment?
Did it work? Are the people no longer mind controlled?
Well, I'd like to check to make sure that they're like okay. Maybe cast healing if they need healing.
Yeah, so yeah, they weren't overtly damaged from it. They pretty much yeah, they're tired. They pretty much used every single spell slot they've had. They are panting, and Duyo between pants, she goes, "Yeah, it worked. Don't you worry about that." And she kind of chuckles to herself.
Looks like you guys could use a nap.
Yeah, I was gonna be so I want to like try and like pick Sar up.
Yeah, so Star gratefully takes your hand as you pull her up, and she also looks very wiped. She goes, "Yep, this I really need a nap after this one."
I was going for more like a piggyback style rider, like throw her
Oh no,
over.
she's exhausted, but she can still stand up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she's yeah.
All right, I have to do something I don't want to do, but makes total sense. I walk over to Andulio, and I'm like, "So you no longer have powers?"
And she goes, "Yep, that's correct."
And I take out the my like demon amulet, and I'm like, "Well, there's nothing holding you back now. This is a direct connection to Ariox," and I toss her the
The
demon amulet.
yeah, so she she grabs it out of the air, and she goes, "This will really let me talk to her."
Yep, you could do it right now, or you could do it later. I don't care.
So
Do it right
she
now.
yeah, she presses the button in the back, and you hear a voice from the amulet.
Hello?
And Andy, she goes, "Yeah, it's hey Ari, it's Andy."
That's so cute.
Oh, I didn't expect to hear your voice from this line.
And Andy goes, "Yeah, so a lot of stuff happened, and I mean, I'm not bound by duty anymore per se."
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, okay, if I had to tell you the truth, I lost all of my angelic power. I'm not trying to use it as an excuse to, try to patch things up with you, but I think looking back on it now, it was probably the only thing holding me back from, diving into something with you, and now I think I'm ready for that.
Turns out Andy only wanted her for her power.
That's what I've been wondering. That's why I'm waiting for an answer for.
Oh my god, are you okay?
And he goes, "Yeah, I'm fine. It's I if I had to be honest, I just really want to see you right now."
Oh, I'll be right there.
And it takes a couple minutes, but you see a winged figure fly across the moonscape, and it's not like angel wings or anything; they're bat wings, and they're speeding towards the tower. And since the top of the tower is open faced, they land, and obviously it's Ariox, and she lands and she takes Andy's hands and she goes, Well, okay, first of all, I'm not gonna change my voice because they're not talking over the radio anymore. So I was getting really tired of changing.
It
So
was really
Ariox,
cool though.
no, yeah, no, I'm gonna try my best. Ariox goes, "Oh my god, I can't believe you actually did lose your powers." And Andy goes, "Yeah, um, I mean, I did what I had to do for the protection in the city." And Ariox goes, "Well, I mean, my offer still stands." And Andy goes, "Yeah, I think I'd like that." And Ariox turns to the rest of you. Ariox turns to the rest of you, and she goes, "Thank you for. I know I said thank you before, but really, thank you so much for everything you all have done for me." And
Hey, it's no biggie.
yeah, so they both hand the hell amulet back to you all, and Ariox goes, "Well, I think me and Andy, we're gonna head out, but you know, just same as before, same deal. If you ever need us, we'll be there." And yeah, and
I'm
then
so
Andy
happy to have it back. I didn't want to give it up in the first place.
and then Andy also turns around and opens up a weapons cabinet, and she takes out a golden mace with a. It has you can see it has a kind of orange golden gem embedded into it. It looks like a little hammer in a way, and she
She's
turns
gonna be like,
around.
"Oh, I know I said don't worry about it, but I do appreciate this token," and he's gonna hold out his hand for it.
And Andy goes, I was actually gonna give it to Jim. Sorry." And
Oh.
so Andy kind of pats Skiz on the head. She goes, "My bad, little guy. I'll try to get you something next time." And
Oh,
she walks over to Jim, and she presents it to you. She goes, "This is a like small mace or like I guess hammer with the last remaining bits of my power." And she hands it over to you. She goes, "Well, since I'm not really in a position to protect the city anymore, um, I think you should have this. Seeing as you're cleric and all this kind of fits with your holy background." So she hands you the
I
mace.
will keep it safe,
Yeah.
and
So
specifically in a place that Skiz cannot find it.
and she chuckles to herself. She chuckles to herself. She goes, "Yeah, that's pretty smart." So as she hands you it, you feel a
I feel like they
surge.
like hand it over, and Skiz like does the little thing where he like jumps up to try to grab it while they just like hand it over him.
Yeah. Yeah. So she hands the mace over, and as you grab it, Jim, you feel a surge of pretty much memories kind of from Anduil's past years of service. You see her fighting demons, devils. You feel an overwhelming sense of duty for protecting the people. You see flashes of what it was like for her all these years, being that someone who protects the city. And she goes, "Well, I guess that's it." And Ariox sweeps her up in her arms, like bridal style. And she goes, "Well, shall we?" And Andy goes, "We shall." And they fly off, or Ariox flies off into the night with her. And their retreating figures grow smaller and smaller and smaller into the distance.
What kind of stats does this mace have?
Basically, it's treated. You can search it up in the item shop or whatever, or the list of items in the inventory. Just treat it as like a mace plus one, and then you should write a note about it too. It will also do another 1d4 of radiant damage on hit.
That is gonna lean over to
Damn.
Hendrik and kind of be like, I mean, that was nice, but isn't all this thing kind of kind of Jim's fault?
Oh wow, I'm
You
actually
didn't
really hurt. Like
you
I,
didn't
I,
hear
I
it.
look
You
at
didn't hear it.
that. I
And I like think about it. And I'm like, wow, you're right. You're right, Thad. This is strange, but oh well. I don't really care for holy powers. You're trying to sing. I'm trying to build stones. Like he can take the weapon. Fuck it.
Well,
Yeah, he's
well,
gonna shrug it off.
I'm
Just kinda,
really
"Yeah, oh, well."
offended and want to respond to that. So I'm like,
You
if,
didn't
Wait,
hear
wait,
it.
wait. You couldn't
didn't
hear
it.
that. That
oh,
was an
okay.
aside.
You can maybe roll for it, motherfucker.
But you
No,
were in the middle of your whole handoff with her. He's just kind of.
no,
Yeah,
that's fine.
exactly.
I thought that said that openly. Okay, but I am
Yeah.
hurt.
But after that, I whispered to Thad, I'm like, why is Jim the protector? Like, we have a god named Alvis right next to him who can actually kill a lot of people.
And don't forget about Rat King Skiz, all right?
Turn Skiz, until you fight Alvis, we're going to hold off on that
I
one.
would pay money to see Skiz fight Elvis.
Skiz fighting Albus would be him trying to kill Albus in his sleep.
I mean,
He's not a direct fighter. He only fights when he has advantage.
okay. Well, I think. I mean, unless anyone else has anything else they want to do, I'm ready to go to bed.
Yeah.
Go back home.
And yeah, and Alvis, he looks at you guys and he goes, "Yeah, really good job today, everyone. I mean, great job getting away from everyone.
have a theory.
From the people."
I have a theoretical question. Well, not theoretical. But
Yeah.
What happened with the purple gem?
So it shattered when
Oh,
it
very sad.
yeah.
I
So
will
no more
remove
purple
it from
gem.
my inventory.
What happened, to
Someone's gonna be pissed.
what happened to the crown?
It is smoldering on the ground.
Skiz is gonna go pick it up and kind of like dust it off and put it back on.
But he's got
Okay.
a hot potato.
It's
Yeah, it's
burning hot.
yeah, it's a little hot.
Constitution saving throw.
Fair enough. I'll roll.
He's going to put on his head while it's literally on
Yeah,
fire.
I got an 8.
Yeah, so take a D6 of fire damage.
D6. Damn.
What about her?
Yeah, that's valid. 2.
Okay, so yeah, it leaves a little singe mark when you put it on and it stings a little bit.
He's just smoldering a little bit off of his skin.
Yeah.
just par for the course for Skiz.
Smug smile. How's Corelio? What's happening with him outside?
Yeah, Alva says, "Yeah, why don't we go check?" And you all descend the spire, but first you run into the head priest who's kind of been waiting with the rats at the bottom of the tower, and he goes, "Yeah, I saw a like giant flash of light at the top of the tower. What happened? Is Anduil okay?"
Ooh.
Ah.
Thad, do you want to explain the situation?
You are mace, man. It's your job. You are
And Duil was able to undo the effects of the spell, but it cost her power.
He goes, "Oh my, yeah, where is she now?"
She's preoccupied at the moment, catching up with an old friend.
He goes, "I see." And then he turns. He's like, "Well, I'll go check on her later, but thank you for." He goes, "Yeah, thank you for your service." And he hands out 20 25 silver to each of you. He
To
goes, "Yeah,
each
this
of
is
us?
yeah."
Jesus.
And he goes, "Yeah, this is all we can really offer right now."
I mean, that's a lot
Um,
of silver. It's
yeah.
very generous.
As you are
Oh no,
rece-
we just saved an entire city. That's like at least GDP of like millions of gold.
and
Bust out your economics degree on him, Gundrick.
And as you receive the silver, you all individually reflect on your experience of today of surviving through the city and finding creative ways to outsmart Melodrin and search for stuff. And you all level up as well.
Level.
Yeah. So yeah, you don't have to level up now. You can level up after, like doing all your stats and stuff.
No, I'm doing it right now.
So the priest hands you the silver, and he goes, "Yeah, yeah. If you guys want to like be on your way, or if you want to stay here for a little bit, that's no problem either."
Let's go check on whatever his name, Corelio.
Skid's
Yeah.
gonna walk up to his rat bird and be like, "Hey, you did a good job, man." And he's gonna go over and do his like little secret handshake he's got with the rat bird, and then go individually dap up each of the other rats.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
They're little homies.
So yeah. So I guess yeah, that just happens, and you all plus the rats leave the temple, And as you walk outside, you notice Corelio is just laying on the ground, absolutely defeated, and he's also exhausted. He's panting, and he goes, "My word, the fighting the presidents is never an easy task, is it?" And the rest of the presidents are kind of just standing around and just like talking to each other. They thoroughly thrash Corelio, pretty
I'd
much.
imagine.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much it's like three. I don't want to reveal their levels, but yeah, there's three very strong individuals, and Corelio's strong in his own right, but he's obviously not on the
He's
same
a
level as the
wimp.
others.
Sorry, reminder. Is
Yeah.
Corelio the Revelry president?
No, he's the Lions Pride vice president.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Oh yeah, where's
yeah,
the referee
Reneth.
guy in all of this?
I don't know.
Well,
Where is he?
as you may remember, so the vision we had, the
yeah, he
dream we
was-
had, he was the bad guy in the vision. So
Yeah.
I think he's probably a part of this, outside of the context of, like, I didn't not say that in the game, obviously, but just
But yeah, I want to ask Albus though, because we all remember this vision we had. Like we haven't
Yeah.
talked about it, but I just want to be like, hey, like yeah, it looks like you kind of rounded up most of the group here, but where's the revelry dude?
He goes, Reneth? Oh, I couldn't find him.
Huh.
interesting.
Vicious.
Yeah, he goes, yeah, I had no idea where he is. So
And I will pose the question to Elvis, and I guess to the rest of the group. But how come the other guild leaders weren't affected? Just
yeah, he
Amelia.
goes, yeah. So Jenna Bell steps forward. She's the academian president. She goes, well, yeah, I mean, I always have a mental ward on myself at all times, so like shit like this can't affect me. And Troy goes, I honestly don't know. I woke up and the Poon Boys were trying to stab me, so I I
hope
just
you
got out of
kicked their
there.
asses. I'll say that
He's
out
like, no,
loud.
yeah. He goes, yeah, they're kind of just I wedgied them and they're kind of hanging on my door right now. So yeah, I don't know why I'm out here, but I'm out here, and yeah,
Nice. I have a lot of respect for Troy.
yeah,
I actually
and
turned to Fran and I'm like, Fran, how are you okay when like someone like Lamelia isn't?
yeah, and she goes, well, she goes, yeah. Luckily, Jennabel found me before we got out of the city, so she was able to dispel it pretty easily.
Oh.
Yeah, but she was like, yeah, and yeah, thank God for her. We got out of there.
Seems like there's more to Fran than meets the eye.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Alvis goes, yeah. I mean, we can obviously check on the city while we go back to school. So yeah, you guys want to start heading back?
Yep. I want to go to bed.
Cool. Yeah. So
Sure.
you all start walking back, and Corelio goes, yeah, I think I'm just gonna
Lay here for a bit.
yeah, I'm just gonna lay down here for a while. And Lamelia goes, yeah, don't stay here too late. I don't want to get a fine for you laying out here like a bum. Yeah.
You get a fine.
Corelli goes, yep.
That's funny.
Curly goes, "Yep, I'll be back in a little bit," and he gives a thumbs up, and you all start walking back to school. Pretty much, as you walk through the city, you see the townspeople. They are recovering from their mind control. They're all making sure like their families and friends are okay. They're fixing any damages that may have occurred from like them walking around and stumbling into stuff, or like turning the city up and over for the gem. You walk through the city. Everyone, it's a peaceful night. Everyone is in a state of just, let's fix everything and then go to sleep. So as you walk back down to the school, you walk into the school entrance. You also see students kind of milling about, making sure that their friends are okay. But once you reach the big university lawn, everything is silent. When you start walking across the lawn, you notice a lone figure standing directly in the middle of the lawn.
Ooh, is Alvis still with us? Please tell me Alvis is
Yeah,
still with us.
it's U4 and Fran and all the other guild presidents.
Oh, sick. All
You-
right, we can fuck this guy up.
Yeah. Who is this guy?
Roll perception.
All right. Perception is being rolled.
16.
17.
Nat 1. Great.
Oh,
Oof.
so
Jim's
Jim
eyes are
cannot see what it is. What did
doesn't have
Gundrick and
That's true.
Dad
I
roll?
got 17.
17. Okay, cool. So everyone else, I guess, but Jim, notices that it's Reneth standing in the middle of the lawn, and as you get closer, you can hear him playing a somber tune on his lute guitar, and
What's up, Reneth?
Dad's gonna kind of like trot up to him, jam session, nice.
and he turns around and he goes, "Oh, I didn't expect to see you all here."
What does that mean?
And as Gundrik says that, if you when you look at you notice from the sky, 7 billowing pillars of smoke descend from the sky and land behind Reneth. And they, when the smoke clears, you see it is 7 shadowy cloaked figures, and they all pretty much just stand there menacingly and
What's
look at
our
you.
surroundings look like?
You're in the middle of the university lawn, and on every side of you, it's like the big main guild buildings.
Okay, this is gonna like beat his eyes. He's gonna be like, "All right, boys, scatter."
I I
And he's
I'm
gonna fucking dip.
completely unfazed. I am like, hey, revelry guy, you realize that Alvis is there, Lamelia is there. Read the room.
Yeah, and Reneth goes, "Yes, I know that they're there, but I found some new friends, you might say." And one of the shadowy figures will extend their hand and send out a shockwave out that will knock you or make a Constitution saving throw. Everyone.
Skiz, scattered and ran behind a building.
Oh, okay. Did you want to roll stealth for that?
Yeah,
Okay, roll stealth.
19.
Okay, so yeah, you just do that. You stealthily leave the group and run behind a building.
I got
Okay, I got 10.
I got
I don't know if
15.
I'm
10.
gonna survive
Like
that
Yeah.
shock.
on all fours to blend in with your rats running.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Thad and Jim, what did you get on your Constitution
15.
saving throw? 15,
I
okay.
got 11.
11. So Thad and Gundrik are knocked prone onto the ground. And so is
Oh,
Fran
dude,
and
networking's
Troy.
fine. It's okay.
And then so Jim is unaffected, Albus is unaffected, Sar is unaffected, and Jenabel are unaffected.
What
But
about
you
Lamelia? Is she there?
Oh yeah, she is there. She's also unaffected. She
Yeah.
has a really high Constitution save.
That's what I
Um,
thought.
and basically, the one that knocked you all prone, you hear his voice, and he goes,
Oh, that's interesting. There's still some of you standing.
and another one will extend their hand and cast chain lightning at all of you,
Dude.
and make a what's save is chain lightning? I think that's dexterity actually. Hold on.
Oh god. Deck save. Actually, wait. If I got 12, would that have changed what I am if I had survived the shock or not?
Yeah, you would have failed.
Okay, good to know. So I'm rolling a deck save now.
Yeah.
I got a 1 + 5.
Oh. Or I should note the one still standing should make the dex save throw.
Well, I only got
Oh, okay,
10,
okay.
so
I'm on the ground, so then I'm fine.
Oh, you only got a 10. Okay. So with the 10, Jim, you are blasted with pure electricity and take a D10 of damage.
that's fine. 7 is a lot of damage, in fact.
Yes.
It was not fine.
Yeah, so you are shocked and you're now paralyzed as well. And you can also
Dude,
see
no.
that the other presidents and whatnot, they slowly crumple to the ground. Alvis is kind of the only one kind of holding on. He's struggling. He's brought down to one knee pretty much. And you can see, yeah, you can see in his face that he knows who these people are,
Mhm.
and he is looking at them with gritted teeth and an angry gaze.
So, um, what's the bard dude's name again?
Reneth.
Reneth.
Reneth. Not you.
I was like, me?
So Skiz would like to peek around the corner of the thing, look at Reneth, and try to cast Vortex Warp to get Reneth.
Where did he get Vortex?
No, he
I,
bought
I
that
got
from the
I
cat.
got
She's
Vortex
had that
Warp
one.
back in the when we were in the
He
sewers.
bought it. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
no,
from
I
the
bought
frat
it at the
party.
party. Yeah, you're right. I
Yeah.
bought it at the party.
I don't know that
That's
warping him
nuts.
away is necessarily good for us.
Well,
but okay.
I want to warp him just into the middle of my ring of rats with all their fucking needles pointing around at him to try to see if he's
Okay.
basically just get him over to like where I am, because they don't know where I am either. So he just basically disappear and come to where I am.
Okay. So he has to make what, a
Constitution
Constitution
saving
saving
throw.
throw. What do I have to beat DC wise?
So would it be for me? Would I look at my saving throw?
Yes,
You
it's
have any
based
spell?
off what
No,
your
no.
spellcasting
It's
ability is.
Oh, my
Mhm.
spellcasting modifier would be because I'm not quite into the spellcasting part of my class yet, because that happens when I get to level 3. But it
Mhm.
would be intelligence,
Well, but it's
but I don't know
Yeah.
how to
So
no, because
calculate it.
it's
your spellcasting ability. I mean, you calculated it when you casted Dispel Magic, right?
I use my intelligence modifier,
Spellcasting.
but I don't know what he would have to beat
oh yeah.
for me. You know.
So it's like it's 10 plus whatever the modifier is, which is like
Oh, 14.
proficiency plus
14.
or
Okay.
plus your.
He has to beat a 14 or he gets vortex warped.
So he got a 15.
So does he know that I tried to do that?
Yeah, so I mean, I guess in terms of visuals, he sees like a faint, like glowing circle appear underneath him to try to, um, I guess like teleport him away,
He
but
just takes a
it
step
kind
to
of,
the left.
no, what happens is the spell just ends up like fizzling out and breaking, and then Reneth, he goes, "Oh, that was interesting."
And so is that the only use of the spell then?
Oh, it's
Yeah,
dead. It's done now. Yeah, I don't have it
it's
anymore.
single use.
All my spells that I have right now are single use.
Yeah, so Reneth,
I was gonna just try to murder this guy by pumping air into his veins.
and then so yeah, as that tries to happen, the shadowy figure that's in kind of front of the group of 7, he extends both hands, and another shockwave comes forth, and instead of knocking you all prone, it slams into your head, and except for Skiz, because Skiz technically really isn't there right now.
I'm
He's
still
behind a
hidden.
building. Yeah, so the rest of you on the lawn, including the presidents, you were all you received some sort of like blunt trauma to the head pretty much,
Well, that's good.
and you were starting to lose consciousness, and the last thing you see is very reminiscent of, as Anthony pointed out before, of the vision you all inherently shared a few days ago that you didn't know that you shared, but you all know at this point that this is what happened in the vision. You are all there witnessing Reneth take the hands of one of these shadowy figures, and they all disappear into a cloud of smoke, ascending into the sky. And from there, you lose consciousness, except for Skiz.
Yeah,
Except for Skiz. So what do you do, Skiz?
Skiz is basically gonna wait for them to disappear and then run out and apply very basic first aid, make sure no one's dead.
Well, that's very
Yeah,
kind of
so yeah, it doesn't look like anyone was majorly hurt. Jim is electrified a little bit, but no one is like majorly injured.
'Cause I wanted to say that.
Just Skiz runs out. He's like, rats! And then he's gonna look at his buddies and be like, oh, no offense, guys, no offense.
And the rapper goes squawk squawk, and yeah, everyone on the lawn is pretty much knocked out
All right, well,
and
Skiz is gonna
unconscious.
like do a little cursory, a little smack in the face, see if he can wake anybody up. He's gonna start with Thad, I think, because Skiz and Thad kind of got a little bond going on.
Yeah, roll medicine.
for
Me-
smacking them on
Skiz.
the face.
Yeah.
Oh, Thad's awake. I got a nat 20.
Oh, so that is more than awake. That is awake, alert, and ready to
Let's go,
go.
Thad.
Um,
Thad,
it happened. It happened on the first slap too. So yeah, that is ready to go.
You all
So I
right,
assume
man?
Oh, Mom, no, I'm late for school. He's just jumping up. He's lost.
What the fuck was that? What just happened?
Wait, where'd everyone go?
They all they all knocked you guys out and then just dipped for some reason. Like I would have at least picked your pockets or something.
Huh. Is everyone else okay? What's happening now?
I don't know, but it looks like that revelry guild leader's bad news, man.
Oh, rats. No offense.
Yeah, that's right.
Squeak squawk. And yeah, so I assume from there you guys are just gonna wake people up.
Yeah, we're
if-
gonna
yeah.
run around helping people
Yeah.
up and making sure.
So,
everyone's
yeah.
good.
As everyone starts waking up and rubbing their heads, everyone pretty much has a concussion except for Thad, because Thad got nat 20'd by
Yeah.
Skiz's
Skiz.
miracle slap. Yeah, the Skiz doesn't have one either. So as everyone's waking up, Al.
Skiz retroactively after slapping him and waking him up, he just like looks at his hands like, "Oh my god, what kind of power do I have?"
I would like
Yeah.
to say, now that we're awake, I'm very surprised that Skiz did not take the opportunity to pickpocket that mace while I was unconscious.
God, this Skiz is. I'm so sad. I really need to get into character more.
You do.
as you all wake up, Alvis he wakes up and he this is the most emotion you'll ever see out of Alvis. He is angry, he is pissed. He starts like he's on his knees kind of just like slamming on the ground. He's like punching the ground.
Why did
He's
this happen
he
to
goes like
him?
fuck. And he angrily like stands up and stomps off in the direction of the Pariah Guild house.
Well, think we should maybe go check on him.
I have a concussion. I'm just fucking like sitting up and like trying to get used to my surroundings.
Were
kinda
you
just
drunk
watching other
earlier
people.
as well?
Oh, a little
Yeah.
bit.
It's a good time for Gundrick.
So yeah, everyone's still rubbing their heads from the concussion, and Sar, she goes, well, that just happened. I think it's in our best interest to kind of turn in, and we'll reconvene and talk about this later. And she goes, yeah, I think everyone's kind of worse for wear. So she takes out her kindergarten rope and she makes you
Of
all
course.
hold on to it and and drags you along to the Pry Guild house
And she
and
has
waves
that
goodbye
with
to the
her.
rest of the people. No, she will always have that on her.
That's gonna help
Um,
Hendrik stand up and like give him a hand, kind of help lead him
mhm.
since he's wobbly.
So as you guys slowly make your way back to the Pariah Guild house, you see Alvis just absolutely demolishing a training dummy in the front yard. He is like trying to cut its head off. He's slicing it. He's stabbing it. Sometimes he just throws away the sword and just starts beating it with his own fists. And yeah, that's the imagery you see when you approach the house.
I feel like we shouldn't bother him. I think we should just head inside.
Skiz is
and
gonna
sleep
go
us
over and
off.
pat him on the back.
Hey, it's all right,
Ooh.
buddy. You can't
That is a
get him
bad
off.
move.
Skiz
Dude, that's
isn't
so
tactful.
dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, Thad's gonna avoid that.
Alvis, he turns around. He's like, "It's not okay. This isn't the first time they've gotten away with this type of shit."
I'm surprised he didn't like stab Skiz. To be honest,
Yeah.
Skiz has kind of been on a roll lately. All right.
Yeah, I mean, you can clearly see Alvis's fists are like balled up, and he's seething with rage.
Oh man, hey, okay, I'm fine. I'm just not okay, whatever.
Thad's gonna lead Skiz inside.
That's grab the kindergarten rope and like drag
Yeah.
him in.
By the way, my rats are trailing along inside with us.
No, I know they're probably coming inside.
That's fine. I was
Should
expecting
they
that.
like be like your like sewer like helpers?
Well, I think essentially Skiz's plan is to have them all kind of cuddle up, and then they're his bed now.
Yeah, they just in his room. Yeah, just a big ball of
That's
rats.
nuts.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So as you are all heading inside, Sar kind of takes Alice by the shoulder, and she goes, we'll get him next time. It'll be okay. And Alice, he kind of softens at this, but he goes, it's just, and then he kind of just sits down on the ground, and Sar goes, well, just come inside when you can. And Sar also enters the house with you all. And the door closes, so Alice is just chilling outside at this point, trying to cool off. But Sar, everyone's kind of in the main living room / kitchen dining room of the house, and Sar goes, well, I assume you guys already kind of know what's going on. I assume Alvis told some of you at some point, or told someone, and then that someone told the rest of you. But I think I can talk about this now. But yeah, those shadowy figures on the lawn, those were the cadre. They, as you saw, they're pretty powerful bad people. They're not super great. I very much disagree with what they're doing. But yeah, I since you're all roped into this now, there's no point in hiding it. So the Pariah Guild's not really an actual school guild, although yeah, you can do school activities while in this guild. That's not the main purpose of it. And she goes to the pantry and she flips it around, so it's like a it's a revolving pantry, and on the other side she opens a door with stairs leading down, and she goes, "Follow me if you want to." And she walks downstairs.
Real quick, might I ask, why were we selected to be in this?
That's what I was gonna ask. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Well, we
she
were just
goes,
late, right?
yeah, and she goes, "Well, it might make a little more sense if you come down here."
All right.
And
Sure.
she,
Okay.
yeah, so do you want to follow Sar downstairs?
I would.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you walk downstairs, you see the it's not it's a very big basement. There are maps on all walls with red lines, with pictures of what seems to be the cadre, and there's a big like planning table in the uh in the middle. Oh my god, Winry looks so cute. Sorry, I was just looking at the cat.
Winry
Um,
does look very cute. She's adorable.
there are also, like weapon racks adorning like the sides of the walls. There's a big planning table in the middle with a even more giant map of the entire continent of Faerun, with red lines pointing to what looks to be sightings of the cadre. And she sidles up to a kind of like a what are those boards, like an investigation board, I would say.
with like all the strings and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the
yeah.
conspiracy theory.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, conspiracy board. But instead of pictures or portraits of the cadre, there's actually portraits of you guys.
Well,
Whoa,
that's creepy.
what is this?
Hey, look, you're gonna have to start letting us in on a lot more
Yeah,
information here.
and
All right.
Sar goes, well, okay. Basically, we, Albus and I, we were kind of watching you guys from the first day of school. I would say, we before you guys even got assigned to anything, we kind of did research on the whole incoming class of freshmen of UOW, and we felt like we selected the people that we think can help us in our mission. And she turns to face you all and she goes, "Our main purpose of the Pariah Guild is to hunt down and eliminate every single member of the cadre before they do any irreparable harm to not only Waterdeep or even like the country we're in, but to the entire world of Faerun." And she turns to each of you, and so she goes, "Well, I guess we'll start with Jim. Jim, uh, you're long story short, we kind of know your parents. Basically, we work for the Lords Alliance of Faerun, and it's a collection of lords, kings, queens, princes, and princesses who all come together collectively and discuss the well-being of Faerun. And ever since this cadre threat has popped up, they assigned Albus and I to investigate and to eliminate them. And yeah, go ahead. What's up, Jim?
I was gonna
Um,
say, can I roll history to see if I'm aware about this alliance?
yeah, yeah. Go ahead and roll history.
Sick. Oh, 10's probably not great.
10. So 10. I mean, you are aware that a Lord's Alliance of Faerun exists. For extra context, the Lord's Alliance is actually a group in the canon of D&D that help protect the well-being of the world. So this is kind of an offshoot of that.
Yeah, I
Um,
was just curious. I was
yeah.
like, maybe my dad told me stories or something. But
Oh yeah, yeah,
I'll,
for
I'll
sure.
probably be like that. In my head, I'm like, that's mildly familiar, but not
Mhm.
specific enough information.
Yeah. And so Sar, she's continuing to talk to Jim. She goes, "Yeah, basically, your parents were invited to this meeting because they were great heroes of the past, and they uh they recommended you to follow in their footsteps to see if you could become the next, or at least one of them, a great hero of this age. So that's why we selected you. And she turns to Gundrik and she goes, "Well, Gundrik, um, well, the dwarves are always very wise in their age, I guess." And she kind of tiptoes around that because she doesn't really know how old you are. And she and she says, and when we went to different races or cities and stuff to look for and scout for prospective people to join this guild, we ran across, I guess, you and your family, and you seem real upstanding. You had a real desire to do stonemasonry, and I think you could help us build some either great like watchtowers or bases or whatever. And I think you could be a real asset to our cause. So that's why we selected you. And she turns to Skiz and she goes, to be honest, Skiz, you were Alvis's selection. I didn't really want you here to be, if I had to be super
Got
honest.
him.
But now that you're
That's
here,
gonna
I'm
pat
super.
Skiz on the back after that one.
Skiz don't give a fuck about her opinion. He's just like,
And and Sar goes, but I mean, now that you're here, I really appreciate you. You're
Hey, too little, too late.
Yeah, sorry.
Brutal.
Basically, Alvis, he has a lot of, how do you say, underground contacts, and he heard your name through the grapevine of notable thieves, and
I'm well known in the underworld.
yeah,
I get around.
yeah. So Alvis said he needed someone to run potential future stealth operations, so he wanted to bring you on.
You got the right guy.
Yeah, and she turns to Thad and she goes, "Thad, honestly, I'm not sure why you're here."
I go consult that. It's like, it's okay, man.
No, and she goes, "Yeah, Albus and I, we weren't even aware that you existed, but the headmistress, she handed us your portrait basically, and she said, "Yeah, you need him."
We do. We need you, Ted.
And so,
Okay.
I mean, whatever the headmistress says, I mean, it kind of goes.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, huh? Okay, that's yeah. I guess we'll find out.
yeah.
I
And
yeah, I look so skeptical. And I'm like, why are there only two of you so far before this? Wouldn't like the lords of this area, the Lords Alliance, be able to get like more people into this guild to like kill the cadre?
yeah, and she was like, "Yeah, I there were others before." So you know how we told you how there were others and they went to different guilds?
I'm gonna guess they died.
She
Ah,
goes, "Yeah, so and by guilds, yeah, they died."
Hey, look, man. When you're building a small elite team, all right, it's kind of in the name. You can't have that many people. It's more exclusive. We can work better in a smaller group in a lot of scenarios.
And she goes, "Well, I agree, but as you all are right now, we really need to train you guys up so you can fight cadre level threats."
Training arc.
Um,
Let's go.
Training
and
montage.
and she goes to the planning table in the middle of the room and she looks at you all and she says, "So pretty much from now on, you're gonna go to classes if you want to, and we're gonna take requests every day, and we're gonna get you stronger that way and train you up before the next big thing happens, because this was a real eye opener for pretty much everyone. We don't have a diva to protect our city anymore, and it pretty much just falls on us."
We got this. We got this.
I mean, we handled ourselves pretty well today.
And she goes,
I'm
"Yeah,
good
no,
with it.
and
Ah,
I'm
I
super
don't
proud of you
know.
guys." And
You all seem pretty knocked out.
But before that,
yeah, and she goes, "Well, I'm super proud of you guys, and I know deep down Albus is too. Um, but for right now, let's go and sleep these concussions off, and we'll
Because
pick
wait,
it up
that's
you're
how
next
it
week."
supposed to
works,
go to
dude.
sleep on a concussion.
It's fantasy. It's fantasy concussions. You can sleep it off. A
Oh,
long
fair enough.
rest will
Everybody grab a beer.
a long rest will do you wonders. Um, but yeah, so as Sar says that, she kind of ushers you out of the basement planning war room, and she goes, yeah, well, I'm gonna go turn in for the night, and I'm sure Alice will too soon. So yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow, and maybe we can pick up requests or we can go do some other stuff. And she walks upstairs, and you hear her door close.
Good night.
And I look around now. I look around at you guys, but like as we're like in the main area, I'm like, I can't believe that in all the country to fight a super secret organization, we were chosen. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, Skid's gonna get like more serious than like you've ever really seen him. He's gonna be like, "Look, boys, we're gonna need to get a hell of a lot stronger if we're gonna be doing all this."
I look at Gundrick directly in the eyes, and I'm like, maybe it's strange that the rest of you were picked, but I got this.
I actually look back completely unfazed, and I'm like, I agree with you. You're like noble son wants to fight. I just want to like build stuff. Like
Hey,
this
also,
is silly.
Dad, I don't give a fuck what she says. I'm glad you're here, buddy.
Thanks, but I do still feel like we're all maybe not getting the whole truth here. I think maybe we should all at least, keep an ear open and tread lightly in the next few days as we're getting some more information. about all
I
this.
feel that too, but I also think that we can trust Alvis and Sar. At this
Well,
point, I think
You know,
a bit
I
too
think I
much
agree,
has
but
happened.
I'm
Hey.
not gonna put all my eggs in one basket quite yet.
I'm gonna agree with that on this one. I'm thinking we trust them, but this is our tight group of four right here. All right, it's us four versus the world. All right, we
An
can't.
alliance, if you will.
I mean, I'm okay with that, but Skiz, if you want us to trust you, it might help if you stopped stealing our stuff. Just saying.
Hey, no can do, buddy. But it's a good. It
Part
was
of
a
the
good try.
charm.
It would be inauthentic if he didn't try to like steal your clothes and stuff. Like it's part of his vibe.
I give him a nod, but also like I'm gonna be keeping an eye on him. Nod.
But also, my ears are ringing from a concussion, so at this point, I go to bed.
Yeah, Skid's gonna go cuddle up in with his Ritty Rats, rat pack, as it were.
Cool. Yeah, so everyone is gonna go to sleep.
Yeah.
And
It's just us four and my 12 rats.
Can I see the rat that like delivered the letter? I want to like give him pets.
Oh yeah. The rat that gave Jim the letter, he actually goes to Jim's room and cuddles up with Jim.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
that rat's name is Jerry.
Jim and Jerry.
Nice.
Okay, yeah. So everyone goes to sleep, and yeah, it's not an eventful night, and that is where we will leave it off. Hey everyone, thanks so much for listening to D&DU. This homebrew campaign features Jack Anderson as Gundrick Farforge, Anthony Berry as Jim, Quinn Howe as Skiz, Kirsten Lucy as Thad Ladley, and myself, Ethan Wynn, as the DM. This podcast is also mixed, managed, and edited by myself too. We're having a lot of fun recording this podcast and hope you're enjoying the ride so far. Feel free to share this podcast with anyone you think would enjoy it. We'll catch you in the next one.